restarted the stream from an earlier one. Let's keep this nice, clean, and simple. I've posted an online run-through of the Caverns of Decay. I'm going to do another one today. I feel that there are things that I've learned about going through the dungeon that I'd like to demonstrate in the second run-through. And let's just go ahead and start doing that. This is Karnage Chronicles. It is January 22nd, and the game has had its new expansion or alpha content upgrade for about, we'll say, 12 days. This heart in the purple fire resets the dungeon once you've gone through it. The heart's back in the shop, and now I can go inside and the dungeon will be as if I had never actually done any of the content. Here we go. Everything from here on in is spoiler content. If you have not played this game, this is the second dungeon. New creatures, new difficulties, new equipment, and absolutely immersive.
Hey there, over here. Flummery, you found me tub. I've been missing it for moons. What in the 12 hells are you? A talking turtle? Have I been mixing bugberry in me brew? Biscuits? Well, you're welcome anyways. Turtle.
I'm gonna skip through all the text straight to the first part of this dungeon where you have to get an item from him that allows you to give it to his pet in the back of the building, and then use the item that I get from the pet to be a crank for the barge there that takes me into the dungeon. Here we go.
Oh, guide by dry. Nothing but the behind me shack.
There we go. We've got this item here. It's the pet's toy. Pretty gruesome, but you know, that's what we need to do. Something, if you've played this game, you may not know. You'll see I have the sell option when I lift an item here. That means we are in a store. There's lots of minor free items here if you have the time to waste. There's stuff for sale. I'm gonna buy some food here. I recommend always buying a bottle of beer. The bottle of beer allows you to teleport back here. Drinking will knock you out. It's one-way teleport right back at this cabin. That works even if you're in another dungeon or anywhere else in the game. So if you're in a rush to get to this point, you just take a beer and it flashes you here. These are some nice weapons. The crossbow I used for about half a day. If you know how to do this quest, which you'll learn through this walkthrough, you can get this one pretty quickly. 2 or 3 dungeon runs probably. Save yourself, what is that? Save yourself 5,000 gold. So, buy more of this food. This food heals you to 35% of your health. It's some of the best food in the game, and you can just constantly buy it here. It's very, very valuable. You don't want all the other food too. You're going to have to end up dropping it all. This tablet is part of a puzzle that we're going to be solving. We'll come back for it later. I just don't want to carry it and use up my bag space now. Oh yeah, so I picked up these things around back. Sell that. Most people don't notice this. There's a little coin down here. Coins there. And of course, that gold bar sells for 20. Anyway, after you've gotten the toy from the guy, you go behind the shack. And see if we can make it go faster. And this is his pet. And all it wants is its toy. Sorry about that. I accidentally tabbed out of the game. He swallowed the toy, spit out the crank that he stole earlier, and now we can go back to the shop. Use this teleportation methods because it's faster and less nauseating for me. Sell that. Grab this. And we crank it clockwise. Ba, ba, ba. I feel like singing a riverboat song. We approach the first save point, and it locks us in.
Immune to petty impulses of fear and doubt, his champions stepped into the mines. He knew what awaited his chosen, yet he had every confidence in their success. And if the putrid blood of goblins greased against his machinations, then so.
If you don't know how the interface works, very quickly, I have a tutorial elsewhere, but there are some bag slots on the left and on the right. These are weapon loadouts that handle items differently. We have the first one, second one with crossbow, third one with the shield. And then there's quick access potions or whatever items you put there. Then there is your 2 gloves, your chest piece, your head, your necklace, and your rings, which is sort of like your equipment loadout. That's how I am interfacing with the game, is I have a trigger, so I can just shoot like a gun. There are bow and arrows for this game that you can pull and draw, and then for weapons, you just literally swing them around. You can block with the weapons or with the shield. The shield tends to be a more reliable source of blocking, especially when arrows are flying from one direction and weapons are coming from this side. And the shield just kind of is a nice broad blocking mechanism. So I've rushed through this game before, doing I've rushed through this dungeon before, jumping ahead to other save points. You know, I won't use that yet. And I had the feeling and thought that I could just rush ahead to the content that I wanted, skip a bunch of stuff, but every time I come back, I have to fight these things all over again, clearing them later as opposed to sooner. So I've decided to take the dungeon on normally, progressing along, killing things, as opposed to just postponing it till later. Something about this game, when you hit something, they tend to fall into a direction. So one of the strategies I employed, not let them spread out too much, is I'll swing from the outside in, knocking them inwards, and then for the other one, I go back and try to keep them pushed together or behind each other. For me, that seems to have some effectiveness to it. There we go. So what they do is they swing. You swing back at them. If they get dizzy for a second, just hit them again. Always keep your crossbow loaded so that you're not out of arrows when you most need them. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh crap, here they come. Those guys come at the worst of times. You need good audio to hear them. He got stuck down there. I can hear him, but I can't see him. Where is he? Tend to not pick up items that don't sell very well. They just eat up bag space. Surprisingly, for whatever reason, maggots sell pretty good at 21. I'm happiest with the mushrooms that sell at 28, and you can get quite a few of them. Just good cash loot for the game. Another save point. One of the reasons I like the crossbow is you can take them out pretty quickly as a group. This is going to be a mess. Here we go. Not so bad. Doesn't take a lot of arm swinging. You can have the shield. As soon as they swing, they're open, so you can tap them from above. And if they block right away for whatever reason, just hit them again really quick. There's a window of opportunity to take them out. See the item drop, but there it is. Take some critical chance increased potion. And because I'm feeling frisky, I'm going to take some 40% damage increased potion. Just more one-hit kills. Like that. Sorry. Alright. Treasure chest. Ooh. This is the same bow. Scared the hell out of me. Not sure if it's a good bow, probably not. No, it's a crappy bow. But it will sell for, how much was that? 600 gold, so I am definitely not getting rid of that. Tends to be a lot of those skulls. Oh. This guy, anyone with a flaming sword does extra damage. Oh, and a glowing head. Okay, let him swing. Hit him on the head. Hit him on the head. It's pretty simple. Ooh. That is not a good weapon. Sells for 400 gold. Definitely worth keeping. running out of room already. Crank this up. There we go. It's important to note this fork down to the left. I'm gonna kill this guy because I have to eventually anyways. Oop. There we go. There is a boat that we will catch to solve a puzzle later. See it right there, just sitting at the dock. But that's not until we get all the puzzle pieces. One is back in the shop, and there is 2 coming up ahead. Well, actually, 1 back there that I haven't gotten yet, and there'll be 1 further in the dungeon. Let's see if I can get this mage. There we go. That hurt. Alright, what do we got going on here? Pretty decent health. Is there a fish? There's a fish. Eat the fish to full health. And we're gonna blow down through this so I don't have to fight this plant. Remember what I said about always keep your bow cranked? Just pulling empty trigger the entire time. And all those guys running into me caused me almost 400 damage. Gonna eat some food really quick. These are the countdown timers here. The orange is the 40% potion. Purple is the crit potion. Eat food one more time. Here we go. This is the first boss. Once I cross the threshold, we're in battle. Boss heals while I waste time. Oh, there it is. Where are we at? I'll take a free apple, why not? Oh. This guy's spitting away. Alright, I think... yeah, I'm done with this area. So once you finish the first boss, the way you get your treasure, hit the save point. I'm at full health, so this will be good. Where is he shooting from? You come in here and they spawn. Flail around. Damn it. Open that chest. Open that chest. Lots of money. I'm being careful because there's a poison guy there shooting at me. They lob some long shots. And, ooh, chess piece. And a teleportation portal. Let's get it a dodge. Inventory management. I think I am good for the moment. Put that over there. My goal is to use this crank that was from my last run through the dungeon in here, and then reset the dungeon afterwards. Let's drink a critical potion, a damage potion. Damn, I'm a bad shot. I think it's the wrist weights. There we go. Right in the eyeball. Shit. Getting down low. Teleporting a line of sight here. Oh man, come on. I don't want to deal with this shit. Shit! Alright, not as bad as I thought. Oh, right in the face, damn it. Hate this area. Alright, what do I want to do? God damn you. Now that I have some level of archery available to me, I'm gonna go back to that treasure. Oh, you assholes. Not enjoying that one. Alright. Middle one's lit up. Hit the left. Hit the right. That was frustrating. another one to the right, I think. Nope. Didn't it? There it is. So for 300. Okay. This would be a save point. A couple things I want to get from this. That way, there's a lot of trouble. This way, I think there's just a room up ahead that gives me the ability to use that crank and get rid of it. There we go. So that glowing spot is where the crank is. These guys this much. Let's go over here. There. I want that food, that 300 gold item there. Pull this crank down. You know what, I might not actually pull this crank down. Pulling this crank down triggers things on the other side of the door that I don't want to trigger yet, and I can probably come from a different direction. Alright, we've got full crossbow. I'm gonna get rid of this plate. Don't want it. I think that's, yeah, 375. This all for, yeah. Okay, here we go. Now here I'm just gonna blast my way through. What? Get past you. There we go. Here he is. One of the reasons they blast through there is if you saw it, there was a giant ball, Indiana Jones style trap that rolled down and killed a lot of those guys. And this is the room I want to come to anyway. Rather than waiting for these guys. See all that treasure down there? We'll get that in a minute. So, I want to avoid that. I'm going to kill these guys. Okay. Explain some of the logic of what I'm doing here. I come to this room almost right away in the dungeon. It's my first goal for two reasons. One, besides a general nice little relaxing point to come to get good wealth increase and get good save points to continue from. stuff here. I'll explain better in a moment. Get rid of that plate. I want one slot. You come to this puzzle. If I haven't explained the puzzle before to you, there are 3 tablet slices that you have to assemble and insert into a sarcophagus. One of the pieces are here, one is perched in the shop at the beginning of the dungeon, and another is resting in a cave near the beginning of the dungeon. There is a combination lock here. I should remember most of the signals, so you basically crank these guys until the right symbol comes along. I'm going to try to go by memory here. It might not be that one, but we'll see in a second. This one... I tend to remember one symbol very distinctly from each of the combos, and that's how I do it. That wasn't it. I think this is it. So, see if my guess is right. This one I remember is a backwards bow and arrow on the bottom. The top I kind of just remember as well. This one has like a weird fancy T on the bottom. And then I think the top one is that one. So you push this button, and it triggers a trap in the room that shoots like 100 arrows if it's wrong. So you run away, turn around, and I got it right. So if you have a moment, pause the video, write those symbols down, and you'll have the combo code every time you come through here. I'm gonna take the slice of puzzle, and now I'm gonna do something that's a little bit of an exploit. Why? Because I can. I'm going to back up as far as I can safely in my room. Teleport as close to the door as I can get. Now I'm going to walk across the room, hopefully not walking into a wall, and ease myself through the door, holding my teleport button until I see suddenly that the teleportation is available. And now I'm on the other side of the door, and I can open it. They'll fix that in the future. But that's a quick way to get through. If you have the horn that is purchasable at the beginning of the shop, you can blow it. It'll wake someone up. He'll open that gate. So we'll go get that in a moment. Remember earlier when I said buy some beer, it'll teleport you back to the beginning of the dungeon? That's what I'm about to do. We have to come back here anyway, so hit the menu. I got a full inventory. And you're back at the beginning. It's that fast. That wasn't a jump cut edit. That was literally how the drinking teleport works. Sell a bunch of stuff. Lots of gold here. 300 and some odd gold. We've got 400 and some odd gold. 600 and some odd gold. We're going to keep the armor for our friends or to give away. All of those. Lots of mushrooms. 400 gold. I don't want those. Ah! I'll sell one. Sell that. I know I need to buy this piece of tablet now. So now I have 2 pieces of the puzzle. And as mentioned earlier, let's put the crossbow over here. I'm being lazy today. I'm gonna take this teleportation scroll, animate so beautifully, and it brings me back to my storage room. And what I want is that horn. I want to drop off yet another chest piece and yet another glove for a warrior. Drop. Put my crossbow back. See my potion count. I'm a little low. There's some healing potions. Healing potion. Healing potion. More healing potions. It's a fire breathing potion. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the dungeon now that I've gotten rid of those items. crank the ferry, yet it has an automatic function. It'd be almost nicer if it just floated back and forth or around in a whirlpool. So I got everything. I got a bottle of beer. I can get some more food very quickly before I take off. Come on. I have the horn, right? Yeah, there's the horn. Do I make you horny, baby? Wah! There we go. So the reason I took the time earlier to kill my way through the dungeon rather than berserking my way through is because precisely what I'm doing now. I'm going back through the same area to get something I need near the beginning. And I'd have to fight those guys anyways, so instead of going left like I did earlier, I'm going to go up to the right. Be a few guys up here to fight. Keep my eye open for mushrooms because they're valuable. And they're everywhere up this stretch, so it's a very quick money-making area near the front of the dungeon. There's one. Two, in fact. So when you get up here, most people think it's a dead end, but if you go just a little further, this guy is here. And the reason he's important is he guards the other piece of tablet, which lies innocuously beside some paper, which people tend to avoid, and some cheap-looking food. Also, that symbol of the combination lock is first seen here, and where we're going next, you'll see the next one. Alright, I think there's more mushrooms around here, but I'm not... Oop. One thing I don't like about those guys the most is they always interrupt my talking. Breaks my flow and train of thought. Quite shocking. We got a lot of junk in our bags. We'll get rid of probably some things when we get back to where I want to go. So, earlier in the dungeon, I mentioned that we'd be going... you know what? I'm going to start collecting, at this point, the maggots that sell for 32, I think. Because there's a lot of them in this area. And where we're going next, we're going to get a bunch. We're going to get a few hundred gold in the next 5 minutes just by focusing on one type of collection that stacks up in your bags. Alright, so crossbow's loaded. I don't want the eyeball, I'll get rid of that. We got lots of room over there. I'll keep the fish just in case I want to increase my food a bit. As I hunker along here, sorry, I'm bobbing my head back and forth looking for maggots. It's a waste of time. Earlier we got to this point, and I mentioned that we had to go down to the left, and we killed some guys. Oh, interesting. Some of the coin that was down here disappeared. I guess you don't leave it floating too long, it'll despawn. We have to catch this boat across the water. There we go. And this is where we solve the puzzle with the 3 pieces that we have. I'm going to put my shield with my crossbow, because I know 2 archers spawn on the way over. 2 goblin undead archers, and they are a pain to deal with. Activate the fairy, back to the crossbow. See, there they are popping up. And I'm a sitting duck, so rather than try to take it in the forehead like a man. Sorry, that was not the right comment, but it gives me some protection at least along the way, so I get close enough that I can aim reliably. Alright. There we go. Now, I carefully do not leave the boat yet. Canadian boat there. Because there are some warriors that spawn right away. Perhaps more annoying, there's a delayed reaction. Maybe you have to be over here to make it happen. But 2 archers come over there, and they creep up on you if you're not paying attention. So I just wait here for them. In the meantime, I'll pick up some mushrooms. Because the last thing you want to be doing is solving puzzles while these guys are messing with your head. Damn it, timing. I gotta move out of the way so they're forced to relocate. Gives me a chance to reload. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Where is he? I think he's going to stay back there, so I'm going to try doing everything that I can while ignoring him. Alright, you come to the left, you'll see this little foggy, kind of glassy panel. That's where the puzzle goes. Oh, look at that. Dead center. Come on, damn it. Oh, I hit him. That was lucky. Did he die? His life's probably gone. Let's assume he's dead. Alright, sorry. Back to the puzzle. We're just going to do it in any order. I don't even care anymore. Just grab those 3 pieces. And this is your overly complex puzzle, which produces another one of these guys. More mushrooms. And hidden on the side of this is yet another, let me get rid of this, another part of the combination lock. There was one in the cave, one here, and I forget where I said the other one was. Alright, I think I've collected all the resources. Oh, I missed a mushroom. I don't need to be on the side of the water. In fact, I got a lot of stuff I want to sell, so the beer. And here we are. I think the 70, what does it cost? 50 gold for a bottle of beer is well worth the time savings and cranking of all those fairies to me. I really much enjoy drinking lots of that beer. And in that distance that we traveled, I collected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maggots at 21 gold, so that's 100 gold there. That's more than pays for the beer. And mushrooms, which are 30, I collected Probably about 300 gold worth. So it's not like I lost money having to pay for the beer. This weapon needs to go into my storage locker when I get back into town. Yeah, some extra healing potions that we'll use up soon. And fuck it, I'll sell the fish. Now, my impression so far is that the effort that goes into the rest of the dungeon is for entertainment purposes only. The last boss doesn't seem to drop anything. There's a treasure chest past him that drops randomly, like, mediocre stuff. And then, yeah, just I almost don't feel like doing the rest of the dungeon by the time I finish that puzzle. But there are some things in there that interest me and a lot of wealth to be gained. That horn that I brought, we're going to go blow the horn and collect some things that are in a locker room. There's a fair amount of wealth in there. Alright, here we go. It's going to be a lot of fast running now that I've cleared all the guys out, got everything I wanted. And I just want to get deep into the dungeon really quick. All these archers are stuck on their little shelves and they can't reach me unless I stay still. So I just blow past them. I probably won't want the gold later, but I'll take it for now. Oops. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Sorry, I was tabbed out to the Windows Mixed Reality screen. There we go. Don't want the silver plate. To the right is the door that I didn't open with the crank. I don't have to go that way now because I have this way as an option. Blow my way through here, avoiding archers, past the trap. Into the puzzle room. Goblet for now. So there's a pathway that takes me into the rest of the dungeon from here that I'm not supposed to have access to yet. That exploit I showed you earlier put me where I am. Thank you. Hopefully that's another 20, if not more, percent poison resist. 20, nice. The reason I like the 20% poison resist, it's whenever you fight the mushroom guys that shoot out, well, there's the plants that shoot out the noxious arrows. There is the mages, I think, that might do nature damage. There's the first boss. There's the last boss, and they do a significant amount of damage. And this is like a 20% heal potion every time they hit you because it's reducing it by that amount. So if I had taken the full amount and just drank a 20% potion continuously every single hit, I mean, the damage reduction is one of the best stats you can have. So that's why I tend to wear that over some of the other necklaces that I have. One that gives bonus gold. I don't need gold. I have 150,000, which is plenty for this game at this point. As I said, this room has a fair bit of wealth in it. Some extra like food stuffs, some potions. I mean, these potions are worth hundreds each sometimes. I don't like the silver plate. I might like the goblet. I don't know, I mean, like 5 copper. Who wants to waste the energy on that? 2 more potions. If you want a silver plate, that's there. Critical piece of story, which sounds lovely.
The dwarves built these ruins in a long ago, as part of the outer defenses of their city beneath the mountain. This was their home, yet they abandoned it. The saga claims the dwarves left when orcs and draconians infested the land. A lie so ancient, the dwarves themselves believe it to be true.
Okay, so an important thing to note, the reason that I tend to use this little glitchy exploit, and this is good for the developers to hear me say if they're watching this, is that by coming through this way, a lot of the things that would spawn when I came the other way, I'd have to fight my way around and then come down through here. Things trigger. As I go this way, they'll trigger behind me instead of in front of me, because it's based on the triggers for spawns are based on locations when you cross over a certain threshold. And since I'm going the opposite direction, once they spawn, I don't have to worry about them so much, because I'm not coming back this way. I'll just teleport with my beer, which I still have. So this area here is loaded with enemies usually, but this is only because it triggers when I get to the bridge. So here's a bridge with a big trap. This trap's really kind of fun. Woo. Easier to do with the teleport method. See, the all spawn back there? I don't have to fight them. Oh yeah, damage potion. Not as worried about what's shooting me from behind, because that trap is slaughtering them. Oh, after saying that, I guess they're right in the effing face. Come on. This is just pure revenge now. Let's eat that fish from earlier. Do I still have it? Yeah. Look at that, money up ahead. See, all that, I don't have to fight that because... Oh, I didn't have to fight it anyway, because I came the opposite direction. That's why I do that exploit. There we go. Alright, what do I want to drop here? Drop this. Sorry. See, these guys are spawning behind me, and now I've left them behind. I don't have to progress through them. The only tricky spot is what's coming up ahead. Where did this come from? Alright. I'm gonna go faster because I got 40% bonus damage. I'm gonna eat some food. Pardon me. Oh, that's some good food actually. So this bridge should have a mage on it, but it seems to be missing the mage. Maybe it's spawning weird. Oh, there he is. Grab this thing, throw it away. The mages, those things that they just shot, they have secondary explosions. And if you can grab it off your body in time, you can save yourself a lot of damage. So down there is the door that we open with the two levers, including the missing one that I brought back. And there'd be all kinds of monsters down there right now if I opened it. They're not currently, so I don't have to deal with them as much. You bastards. I don't like that archer in general. Go! Let's get away from him. That should have triggered, but it didn't. We'll see what happens in a minute. Eat that food. Goblet sell for 38, do they? I didn't know that. About to go through a bit of a hectic fight because some guys are going to spawn down here. Two undead warriors usually spawn there by that treasure chest, but they are not there currently. I'm gonna go down here because there is a treasure chest I want. I think I just heard the undead I mentioned spawn. They are triggered by that location. There he is. Alright, so it's easy on myself. Here is save point. That's the door that we didn't open. There's gonna be some guys shooting at me here for a minute. I'm just gonna ignore them for the most part. That was a hard hit. There's the other symbol there for the combination lock. I don't feel like stopping to look at it. There we go. Whew. That's painful. There's some trouble coming my way. Oh, you fucking archer. One thing I don't like about the archers is they seem to have blind shooting. Alright, anything else I can do here to make this easier on myself? Probably not. Gotta use up a fire breathing potion. Alright. Another save point. Ooh, gotta eat some food. Put the shield on. Ooh, pair of gloves I gotta get to pretty quickly if I want value. There's a guy around the corner I need to teleport to. Damn it. Alright. I want to get those guys after I kill him. Not good. No, 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 no. Oh! So I clicked out to the Windows Mixed Reality button again. That's why these controllers suck so much, and it's got me down to 85% health because I couldn't shoot arrows at those guys. I kind of want to drink health potions instead because it'll free up some bag space. There we go. Alright, a bunch of archers are going to spawn around me in a moment. Rather than dealing with them, I'm going to try to... Total about 6 archers are about to spawn. Oh, wait, we got some plants down there I gotta take care of because I don't want to... I would sometimes just skip these guys, but I got some battles coming up that involves coming back to this area. You. If he doesn't bug me, I won't bug him. What's the gold sell for? Drop the fish. Note to self, fire breathing potion. Drink one sooner than later. Alright. So, as soon as I go forward... Oh, there's this guy. I didn't see him. Oh, I hate them. There'll be 2 archers spawning to the left, 1 bad guy to the right. There it is. And of course there's going to be a mage. Interesting. So the mage thing lands on the shield, blows up, and hurts his guy. So the shield blocks that damage. Some free food and wealth to collect here. So I've cleared the battlefield for what comes next. So we've got some harpies flying around. I don't want to mess with them right now. I want to get to that glove. We're going to have some screamers come. And the harpies are not coming. Complicated, weird battles. Comes some undead. comes. Alright, there's an archer up ahead and some screamers. Alright, got that treasure. Here we go. Oh, damn it, didn't lean far enough. Alright, screamers. I'm not really ready for you, but... Alright. Gonna rush through here. That's the rushed way of dealing with that. Flail. Flail, flail, flail. The glove from earlier that we saw. And a critical quest piece is this thing right here. It's a fallen dwarf hand. It comes in very important later. Let's see. Piece of food. Inventory full. Anything worth getting rid of? Temporarily dropping the horn. Picking up the food. Eating said food. Picking up the horn. Okay, so my inventory's full. I can't benefit much from what's to drop around here. But I'm gonna try. Where am I in the room? Go. Dropped a pillow on the floor that was in front of my television because I almost punched the television. That's why I keep the pillow there. There we go. Oh, did I turn my gloves off? There we go. What's going on with my gloves here? Something's not happening right. Maybe the batteries are dying. Uh-oh. Right when I'm having issues, the harpies are coming. All the treasure goes over there. It's weird. Come on. Okay, buttons are working. Not lagging so much anymore. Still a full inventory. Let's do a few things here. There's some plants on the other side that I gotta take care of. I guess it's easier if I take my shield and my crossbow. I've never tried killing them from here before. Oh, interesting. Anyway, one of the reasons I came down here, as you'll see, is I can hit this button. Watch the water. And that gives me a clear path over there. But I want to kill these plants in an advantageous position, which apparently I don't want to sleep over there. And also, rather than just shooting those harpies in the air, if I shoot this guy down here. There we go. They all come. Whirlwind attack! I took some heavy hits there. Let's eat some food. What kind of food? I don't know. There's food all over the place, but I don't want to deal with it. Alright, so I can free up a bag slot. Free up a bag slot. Not a bag slot, but breathe fire next time I have to fight these guys. Drop the silver. Right, I can free up bag slots by going down below. Now that I've killed everything down... no. What you guys want? Let's just encourage them all to come. We want this feather on the ground here. And then we want to do battle! Finish. Where'd you come from? I didn't see you there. Alright, so do we have the feather? We have the feather right there. Okay. So now that I looked around, I've collected some money. There's a goblet. Collect goblets. Silver. Oh, there's an archer coming. I hate this archer. See, he always hits me right in the face. Let's just deal with him in a fashion way. Shield. Free up some bag space for sure. So you go down here. The reason we summon this bridge is you take the feather, you burn it in the fire. How do I know that? You grab this page, you look on the back. Oh look, there's a feather. There's the blue vial, which doesn't look like the blue vial there, but it's supposed to be. And the dead dwarf arm. So we have to grab the dead dwarf arm, burn this in the fire. Touch the potion, and this is the last piece of the puzzle. I could have mentioned why we did that, because there's a locked gate, and the way that you unlock it is doing this. Gate is open. So, done a lot of steps to prepare for this. What do we got going on here? I got damage, I got health almost to full. Almost, but not quite. We got fire breathing ready. We got shield ready. Here we go. I want to hit him and run away, because he is a handful on his own. This is this guy. Don't want him to heal, don't want him to heal, don't want him to... Yeah, there we go. Oh, there's an archer behind me. These guys are nothing. Alright. Skull in there. Here, it's worth something. A lot of gold back here. Now, the reason I say that this last bit of content with the last boss isn't quite worth it, all this effort, all these things, all this bag management, it starts to get a little out of hand here. I think I've got everything. Alright. Last save point. This is where you fight the last boss, and I'm going to use fire breathing for one. I'm going to make sure I'm at full health. I am. I've got my potions going. I'm just going to charge right in then. Here we go. As soon as you kill these guys, these guys here, whack the hell out of them. You want to do this before the mage appears. That's it for the last boss. For everything. Alright. That fight was super easy only because we healed the mage. Or killed the mage before he healed the boss, because when the boss starts getting healed, it's a big pain in the ass. And the fight gets really difficult when that happens. Oh, hello. I forgot about the fire breathing too. Where'd you go? How many bag slots do we have? Not many. None. So yeah, I had to use a healing potion sort of as a precautionary measure. Oh, my glove's missing. Where'd it go? Well, the button's working, turning things on and off. Oh, there you are. Sorry, as I was saying, if you don't kill the mage, the boss faster than the mage appears, it's just a really hard fight. That's plain and simple. I forgot about those guys jumping off at the end. You can die quite easily from those guys. And so healing potions, the crit potions, like basically 300 to 600 gold in potions were used to kill this boss, and then the reward, besides completing this, and like the first time you finish it, it unlocks the next dungeon, which you can't get into. But really, this is, let's see, 103. Okay, so maybe it barely pays for itself, but all that extra effort doesn't really yield too much, unless you're looking for these necklaces. Let's drop the bread. That is 20% increase of gold if you're looking for money, but that gets old quick. And that's it for this dungeon, I think. Yeah, we've filled up everything. I'm gonna go out this door. Ooh. Don't want to go into the dungeon, so I'm gonna go back out. This takes me into the main dungeon selection area, where I can go back to the bedroom and drop off some of the loot that I found. Alright, we got another hammer, so he's here. Drop it with the other ones. Go over by the gloves here. Add to my glove collection. Mass inventory for exports and sales. Here's another good necklace, and another good necklace. And I'm going to drop the horn up here. Actually, I'll drop the horn over here. I'll find it easier. And I'll drop the fire breathing potion times 2 in this. Maybe just 3 of them. Alright, so I've dropped some potions. Lots of gear kicking around. Next time I do this, I'll do it in multiplayer mode, but solo, so I get more random gear, not all that warrior gear. Sick of warrior here. Alright. Still haven't broke 150,000 gold yet. Alright, well, I think that's it for today's stream. I'm feeling a little unentertained, but that's it. Thank you for watching if you have. Bye.
I am a slave of the arcane circle. Oh, what a bitter bondage that has been.